Shannon, scale of 1 to 10, how impressive was he last night?
I was 10. Skip, I wonder what Fox bet kind of odds they would have gave me if I would hit Kyrie.
You know what? You did. You hit it right on the nose. Happily for me, I told you. I hope you're right, and you were right. But you weren't right for a long time until down the stretch when he just went nuts.
And he's capable, Skip. That's the thing. He's capable of doing that.
Kyrie.
I gave him a 10, Skip, because even though his outside shot wasn't falling, the way he can finish at the rim is second to none, Skip, for a man that size to be able to finish at the rim with the type of English, right or left hand. Skip, there were sometimes he's a one-on-one, a fast break, a transition one-on-one. You know he's getting to the rim. Skip, he got to the rim on 2-on-1. That's what he possesses. Now, that outside shot is going to come back. The mid-range, he had the 12-footer going. His three-point ball, the little shots that are a little further out, the 18-footers, he didn't have that last night. But the way he can finish and what he can do, Kevin Durant's going to give you, Kevin. KD going to give you the quietest. Hello. KD got 30. KD got 39? He did. Like, damn. And then Kyrie chipped in. This is what you know about them, Skip. This is why they did what they did. We not doing it. We don't want a part-time player. We want somebody that's going to put everybody, we all in this together. It started looking around like, damn, Milwaukee pretty good. Better than we thought. Phoenix pretty good. Chicago pretty good. Golden State pretty good. Hey, Kyrie, you can play part-time.
And by the way, COVID's getting us too.
Yes, and it's getting bad. It's getting worse with that new variant that's more contagious. But they said, look here, you know what? We'll take a part-time player because that guy is so good. He is so special. And he showed you down the stretch, Skip, he is special. I mean, he get to the free throw line or below, cancel it. Go ahead and put it down. Start jogging back down there and get ready to take the ball out. I gave him a 10, Skip, because there's not very many guys that can get off their couch in a professional sport. And say, you know what? I think I'm ready to go back and do this and do what that man did. You think there's an NFL player that can that plays a skill position, a cornerback, a wide receiver, and can just jump up off the couch and do that? He's special. This is why they relented, relaxed their own rules and said, nah, you know what, Skip, we'll take that old part-time player because that part-time player is Kyrie Irvin, and Kyrie Irving is special. And when you pair him with KD and James Harden, we're going to talk about this a little later, Skip, they're going to be a tough out. Kyrie just put everybody on notice last night. He did that after being on his couch for 4 months? Damn.
So to begin with, I'm going to repeat what I've said to you before on the show. COVID was the reason that they dumped him to start with because he would not get vaccinated and the rest were. And in, obviously, the New York area, you are required to be vaccinated to be allowed inside the arena.
Correct.
And I thought he let his team down because he was the reason KD went to Brooklyn. I think KD was open to going to Knicks or wherever that Kyrie wanted to go. And yet COVID became the reason by last night that they crawl back to him because it reared its ugly head with the variant, the highly contagious variant. And so he stood by his guns and he won. And last night, you want to talk about brazen confidence? I didn't even know if Steve Nash would start him. And Nash was equivocating even before the game. I don't know if he'll start or come off the bench. He doesn't really care. Well, I do think he cared. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? He started the basketball game. And guess what? He took the first shot of the game for the Nets. If we could see it, I was like, what?
I wasn't surprised.
I know, but it's just who he is. This is just Kyrie. He just says, I'm going to do this. I'm just going to take this shot. And it was a little wide left. It just barely ticked the rim. But I was highly impressed with the guts of just saying, I'm the guy out here. And it struck me last night because that team was joyous that he had come back. And you know what? He's the man. He's the alpha on this team. He is the leader of this team. KD, I've said from the start, is more follower than leader.
KD just want to hoop. KD don't care about no leader. KD don't care about nothing.
James is unto himself. He lives in his own world. So he didn't want to lead the team or the intangibles of the team. He just wants to play. Those two guys just want to hoop. And Kyrie is the leader. Kyrie took the game over when it was time to take it over. And by the way, at one point, they trailed by 19 points to a Pacers team that did not have Malcolm Brogdon or Karis LeVert or Chris Duarte or Jeremy Lamb or T.J. McConnell or T.J. Warren. So it was COVID-racked also and injury-riddled. And yet, Lance Stevenson, we're talking about welcome back. He was strumming, man. He was strumming.
First 6 minutes of the quarter, Skip.
Oh, my God. He scored 20 in the first quarter in 7 minutes. It's unlike anything he's ever done in his career.
In his career.
And he came out of nowhere, and he was the reason they fell behind by 19. But you just knew that slowly but surely, the much more talented Nets would just track them down and wear them down.
Right.
And so that's probably what started to happen.
Right, because all the shots that Lance were making, Skip, you knew they couldn't fall all night.
They couldn't. So he had 20 in the first half and wound up with 30 total, which is still pretty great.
For a guy that was at home or played in the G League somewhere.
I know. Okay, so if we could then see a shot that Kyrie took with, I think it was like 7 minutes left. He tried a three, if we could see this, please. And let's just see Kyrie. He says, I got this. And he missed it wide left by about 3 feet. And that's when I said, I don't know. He had 12 points at that point, and I thought, will he go in the tank over this? Will that scare him? Nope, it did not. Because then can we see what started happening after that, please? Because he started to go in the deep. This is the deepest bag.
Dance on the Skip.
This is the deepest bag in pro basketball. That's it. That's unstoppable. That's like KD unstoppable. Here he goes. This is the one where you just say, okay.
That's Skip. That's what, look at.
Okay, that's just too good. And we're about to see the free throws, and he had no problem from the free. He missed his 2 3-point shots, but he didn't have any problem. Then
look
this is just
by himself.
Okay, and then
that's a 104.
Okay, deepest bag in pro basketball. And here he goes again.
Look at KD. KD told James Harden to get away from him.
Yeah, get away from him. Okay. That's vintage, man. That's that guy. And he makes another free throw. And would you believe he just scored 10 straight points down the stretch to take over the game, and they win by what? By 8.
Yeah.
So they're down 19, they win by 8.
Yeah.
In large part, now KD had a big scoring night, right?
KD.
39. He got his 39. But in the end, it's Kyrie's team.
Oh, they're not winning this game without Kyrie?
Yeah, he just took it over.
Yeah.
And the air balls or the near air balls, this didn't bother him a bit. Nope, he's Kyrie Irving.
No.
The next game is back at home, and so he's got to wait until they go to Portland to play his next game. It's not ideal. It's not the best way to develop chemistry on a top-ranked team, a highly favored team. Right?
And I thought, Skip, he was only going to play like 25 minutes.
So,
he played 32 minutes.
I told you yesterday, I was guessing 18 to 20. He played 32 minutes.
32 minutes.
I told you yesterday I was trying to take some pressure off him. I thought maybe he'll score 8 points in 18 minutes. Well, he had 12 in the middle of the fourth quarter, and then he just plays all the way home, and he winds up with 32 minutes and 22 points.
And KD, Skip, somehow they got to get KD minutes down.
Yep.
Skip, he got 41 minutes under his belt. Harden got 40 minutes under his belt. Skip, they got to get these minutes down. But the thing is that they got to play. And like Steve Nash says, I got to play KD these minutes because we got to win these games.
Well, they lost 3 in a row.
Right. And it looked like they was on the cusp of being 4 in a row.
But you don't want to lose to that team.
No.
Because it's already bad. To me, it's just head-scratching how the Indiana Pacers are now 14 and 25 because they seem more talented.
Yeah, especially with Sabonis, Skip.
That's what I'm saying.
He had a monster game last night.
He had a monster game.
32-point triple-double.
Yep, he did. I got it. But guess who's back? Kyrie's back, and I think the Nets are back to the top because I still think they are the team to beat. I picked them before the year, and I'm going to stand by that.
Yeah, they're going to be an awful tough out because nobody has 3. Nobody's ever had 3 scores on one team like this at one given time, Skip, that can do what they do offensively. Man. Now, you're going to have to punish them. Then you can out-rebound them. Maybe the Bucks pound them on the glass. You're going to have to pound them on the glass, Skip, because they're tall, but they don't have any weight behind them.
They don't.
KD's 7 foot tall, weigh $185. Claxton is $165. They got some tall guys. LaMarcus, he's a banger, but he's going to give you, maybe 20 minutes? Yeah, Blake Griffin is falling completely out of the rotation.
Listen, LaMarcus has been, for them, a godsend.
Oh, he's been unbelievable, Skip.
Because he's still 6'11".
Yeah.
And he's still about as good a mid-range jump shooter as there is in the league.
Gave you 16 minutes last night, gave you 6 of 8 shooting, 13 points.
Yep.
You can use that. But somehow they got to get KD. KD got to come down, Skip. If he be playing 39, 40 minutes all the way up until the playoffs, you're asking an awful lot.
Well, they finally won a game.
They finally won a race. Kyrie was a welcome sight,
I would say.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.